Right, let's see what we got for dinner tonight. Well, I went into the supermarket, so you're very lucky to this. So that's a bit of a pork chop from the US. And then I found a tin of whole potatoes, tomatoes and beans, white beans, au petit pois. So I have some potatoes. I'm not sure about the so I may just go for these. The question is how to make these things look tasty. Well, there's the difficulty, so I need to have a think about that. So I'll come back to you. What have I done? Well, I put some oil in there, in the pan. Oh, it wasn't cleaned very well last time. Anyway, it's in the pan. And what I've done with what I've done is I've put black pepper, salt, and I've put 5-spice powder on it. I know that goes well with pork. And what I've done is I've slit the fat. I'll slit the fat there and there on the back, so it won't curl up. And then I'm going to. It's getting quite hot in the pan. I want it sizzling, so we'll see if that sizzles. Yeah, that's sizzling. So the idea now is to get that cooked. Now this stuff here, there's not much you can do with these tin vegetables to make them exciting. So what I've done is I've put a teaspoon of oregano and a teaspoon of thyme in the juices, see if that can make a difference to it. Should be alright. Anyway, there's the food. It's cooking. I'll see you when it's done at the end. Incidentally, there's the potato. I've got these cap things that you put on top, so I was able to add what was left, half the carrots and peas into the potatoes there. Now tomorrow I may do. I've got some spare ribs I've picked up. They call them baby back ribs here. Cheap. I might do them with a black bean sauce to give it a bit of saltiness, and then use these things again and just see how they go. Because really, on the boat, all you're trying to do is eat something really. But if you want it tasty, you can get it. Yeah. Okay. What have I done there? Well, I've done the pork chop, seared it, so it's got the sort of glazed look on it. I did the carrots and the peas as you just warm them up, but the potatoes I removed from there and then fried them off in the fat from the whole pork chop. So it's got a bit of the thyme flavouring on it, oregano. It's also got a little bit of the 5-spice and the rendered fat from the pork. So it might be quite tasty. Anyway, it's a place called Grenada, which is where we're going. That's Solomon. No, I'm taking a film of the Grenada. Oh yes, the police station. Yeah. There's the police station. Seventh-day Adventist Church, Grenada. It's where the funeral will take place of Hans' mum. I don't know if you can see that, but that's a real rainbow, that. The boat's still here. I'm going round and round circles at the moment. The sun's, it's bad weather coming though. Right, now there's the wok, and what I've got is not very much of baby back ribs, they're called over here, and I've just put them in. I've marinated them in some dark soy sauce and Sioxan rice wine, which I had lying around, because obviously I've got to try and make do what I've got. Of course, one of the problems was yesterday when I was cooking, I had these tin potatoes and these tin pea things, and I spiced them up with herbs yesterday, and I fried the potatoes, and to be honest with you, they tasted all right. Now, what I'm going to do today is I've got some onions. I'm going to fry them with some garlic and ginger, and also some black beans. So I'll fry them for a few seconds to get them nicely sort of flavouring the oil. Then I'll add the spare ribs. But in fact, what I may do actually is I might brown the ribs first. Actually, that sounds like a good plan. And then do the rest of it. So I think, thinking about it, yeah, brown ribs first, then stir fry the garlic, ginger, onions and black beans, and then add some water, then readmit the spare ribs, and then cook for about 10 minutes or so after that, and then throw all that vegetable in at the end. So it'll be just basically vegetables and black bean as well. Anyway, this is what you got to do on a boat. Pretty untidy. Have a look at this. Yep, there you go. Now the wok, I always think I cooked about 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I think it's too hot to do. I think that's probably right now. I mean, some people say smoking, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put the meat in now because it will swizzle and fart everywhere. And just like that. Well, that's browning now. I want it a little bit glazed before I take them out and put them back in the bowl. So those are ready now. I'm going to put them in the bowl to put over there. Now I've chucked in the onion, probably the spring onions really, the black beans, about 2 tablespoons that are chopped, garlic and ginger to your taste, about 3 pods I put in, some ginger. I ain't got much, so just basically this is making up as you go really, or the basic recipe I know in my mind, but you've got to do with what you've got on the boat. But you want something tasty, and you've got terrible tin food like that, you've got to really do something with. So this is really looking quite good. I turned it down a bit, the gas, because obviously you don't want anything burnt. But I'll keep that going in there. And now I need to, I've got a pepper, and that's going to go in there to give it a bit of colouring. Right, I've now added the chopped spare ribs into the sauce with a little bit of water. You'd use chicken stock, I think, if you were doing it properly. You haven't got none of that, so that's it. I'm carefully watching this. I'm wondering if I should have added a bit more water, but it's still quite flavoursome, I should think. I put no salt in this, and the reason I put no salt is because it's got soy salt marinade in it, and that's normally quite salty. Anyway, this is going to go in a minute. In hindsight, I've now added those. I think I might have fried the peppers with the other bits, so I added it to the frying ingredients rather than at this stage. I think it makes no difference. It still adds flavour to the sauce and so on, and should be quite tasty. Yeah. I bunged in the potatoes by cutting them in slices. I was toying with the idea of crushing them a bit to stick up some of the gravy. You know, I might do that a little bit with a fork. I don't think it makes any difference really. Look, for instance, like just let's see that. Just crushing down a bit. They're all cooked, of course. Remember, they're cooked potatoes. Yeah, I think I'll just crush them up, and I think everything's about ready, really. We'll give it a try in due course. Anyway, that's what it looks like. I'll just take a still photograph.